Hey guys, man, Kudos here. Yeah, with this video, this one is also just microphone problems. I really don't know what happened at all. First video, yeah, that was bad. Well, it was really the final race that was the retake. But that race, the practice was fine, but this one is not fine. I'm not sure what's going on right now. But basically, what I was basically talking about, I was talking about that I'm starting P1, random grid order. You know, I could never earn P1. But anyway, it was a random grid order. I just started in P1, and I said, kind of nerve-wracking. I've never started with a pacer cart. Yeah, never started like that. I didn't really know how close to get. Obviously, I would pace behind them. I should know that how fast to go, you know. But so yeah, I'm just kind of, obviously just chilling right now. We're gonna chill behind them. We got P2 next to me, and we have 4 other opponents behind me. Yeah, so 6 of us. It's funny because medium started out with 12. Gave him a little fist bump. Good guy. But yeah, we started out with 12 people, and at the end we only had 6. So, yeah. So I don't know what happened there, but just I guess people with lives, they just wasn't able to show. But case in point, yeah, nobody got like banned from this or anything. They just didn't show up. But yeah, so pacer cart went off to the side. I am currently looking. I said I'm gonna open up my visor so I can see better because I really can't see anything here. Waiting for the green flag, and we got the green flag. So I'm full throttle and get bumped a little bit as I mentioned, and then I'm still holding it. I'm still sitting in P1. P2 fell back a bit. I don't know exactly where he's at. I'm not really paying attention to who is where, I'm just trying to pay attention on me keeping pole. So I do a little decent line here, going through right here. Got a little bit of wheel hop going on. And so I'm just, cruising, and I'm really checking behind me, making sure nobody's behind me. I'm not gonna lie, in that moment, I probably should have asked the guy behind me to work together so we can get away from everyone. But I wasn't thinking. I was just trying to, defend in that moment or something. I don't know. I got to start learning to work with people in the beginning. But, oh, yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't even matter what position I'm in. I totally forgot to mention it because it was rarely ever mentioned to us that the simple fact of it doesn't matter what position you hold in the first race, because the manager, the leader of all the marshals, they mentioned, he said he apologized if he didn't make it clear for everyone. But nobody knew this really either. Everyone that I talked to, or everyone that talked to each other, whatever. But all right, case in point, it doesn't matter every day for the first race. We just get past here because we just he left it open for him. But yeah, every first race on the first day, so the race directly after practice, they don't go with what position you finished the race in. They go with the fastest lap. I didn't know that, and apparently, I'm not gonna say everyone because I didn't talk to everyone, but most people also did not know that. We always thought like every race it just mattered for the position, for the points, but the first race actually matters for the best lap time you have. So that's why if you ever saw me finish P3, I was sent back to P4. It doesn't necessarily mean that I was not penalized, because I think I probably was just penalized at one time. I don't know, but nobody ever told me anything. But it goes based off of the best lap, in which that kind of sucks, because the main part that sucks about it is that I wish I would have known, because I would have never been trying to defend against anyone in the first race. I would have let anyone just pretty much pass me up, and I would have just used them for drafting, so I can get to the line quicker than them, obviously, and I'd go off of their line and stuff, But I would have just done that the entire time. But I didn't know that, so I'm here just losing lap times, and I could have just done a different strategy if I would have known that the first race, it doesn't matter what position I finish in for the race. But now I know. I found out after the last race. Because, little spoiler alert, you'll see it at the end. It doesn't matter. Little spoiler alert. If you don't want to know the spoiler alert, then skip like 15 seconds. But basically, I finished the race in P3, and I was actually bumped down in P4. But I didn't know that until after the race, so it didn't even matter anymore. So, yeah, we're losing P1 right now. Not gonna lie, I'm struggling. I'm trying to find the line. It doesn't make it any better that it's dark out. It's pretty dark outside. The lights are fine. It's just mainly when it gets to being back here. I gotta kind of find where it's at. I already mentioned it that this is the same layout as day number 2 or week number 2, however you want to say it. We're supposed to do this like once a week, but the same layout as that. So I could have and should have rewatched my YouTube video just to get a better refresher on that, but it doesn't matter too much because I think P1 had a better cart, if I'm not mistaken. 49 was just dominating. I don't know if he's in 49 at the moment for this race, but I just know that number 49, that cart, was the best one for that night. Not gonna lie. But because like even in other classes, the lightweight and the heavy, like when I looked at their leaderboard, 49 was winning, but lucky them. But case in point, here I am. P3 is right behind me. He's on me. Trying to defend a little bit, but really I'm trying to make time. I'm looking over my shoulder seeing where he's at exactly, but I saw that he wasn't really trying to make a move, so I go out wide and I just keep my pace going pretty much. Never mind, he went for the move. Again, guys, I am also watching this at the same time as you are, so I don't really remember. I knew he was going to overtake me, but I just didn't remember which lap. So, yeah, all right. So it was this one. I think he went a little wider on the outside because I was tempted to defend a little, but I think he went a little wider, and then he closed in, to take the inside for the next little chicane. But, yeah, so we're going to kind of pace with him for a little bit. I'm going to just try to keep, the gap small, trying to go based off of his line. I'm trying to learn a good line, so I'm kind of trying to stay on him, but still he's losing me. I'm not going to lie about that. The gap is just getting growing and growing. Like, I don't really know what am I doing wrong here. I go wider out so I could, have a better exit, and it works a little. So I'm still pacing with him. Where is P4? P4 I think is possibly not too far behind me, but he defends that pretty well. I'm trying to find a way to overtake him, but he is a really good defensive driver, not gonna lie. So I'm still kind of concerned about P4 behind me, but yeah, so with me being concerned who's behind me, the guy in front of me starts losing me even more. So that's bad on my part. I should have been more focused on the guy in front of me, but I really don't want to get overtaken again. So I don't know, it's kind of like, I don't know, a little double-edged sword right there, but it's just part of racing. So the gap is growing even more. I actually have a decent cart to start off. There's really nothing much I can say bad about this cart. It was decent. All right, like it's not the worst, not the best, pretty decent. But yeah, there were a few carts that were pretty close to each other when it comes to performance, so that's good. He gets me on the inside, but I keep the inside here, so he has to fall back a little bit. So I know he's there for sure now, so I can stay here. I think I tried to defend a little bit. I'm sorry about that one. That was a weird noise. But try to defend. It works, but the guy is still going further and further away. I defend here again on that exit, so he tried to make the move there, but he ended up bumping into me and giving me a boost instead, so that was good for me, because when defending you lose time. So I lost time, but he gave me a boost, so I didn't lose as much time. But yeah, that worked out. I figured he was gonna go for the move there. I'm looking over it. I don't think he's gonna make a move, so I go a little bit wider, and then so it works out. Because once he bumped me, he lost a lot of time, so there was like a gap between us a little bit, probably not even a second, probably a second. I don't know, somewhere around there, but not 2 seconds. I'm kind of like stretching out my hands a little bit because I'm kind of gripping the steering wheel. Just a little stretcher. I'm not getting tired, just a little stretch. I was on a straight, so it was fine. But so yeah, I think I'm gonna look over my shoulder again and see where he's at. Maybe not. Can I lie to myself? I just lied to myself. But no, I go wide. I start cutting in. With that turn, it's best to just kind of get close to that first apex, but disregard the second since you still have to go out wide and you want to carry over some speed. But so yeah, I go a little wide here. Not the best exit. I look over my shoulder. He might be closing in, but it is the final lap, so I definitely got to make sure that I don't get passed again. But spoiler alert, I already said what the spoiler was. But so I look over my shoulder. I see there's a little bit of a gap, a little distance. So I don't think he's really gonna make a move. I take that turn, I think, a little too wide, so I had to slow down. But I look over, he's like right there. So I look over again, make sure to see pinpoint where he's at. So I try to, get closer to the left side so he can't overtake me. And then boom, that's it. That's the end of the race. If it was for position, I would have finished P3, in which that could have been pretty nice to, have another pole. But unfortunately, they went with best lap time, in which I did not get the best lap time. So I finished P4 instead. So I kind of wish I would have known that, because I would have raced a little better. I probably would have just let him overtake me so I could get behind him and hopefully use the draft off of him. Not gonna lie, he's a really good racer. I think he actually did real actual car racing. I don't know, but hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more and peace out. You'll see me in the next one.